think what makes our farm unique is the model is small enough and approachable enough that those who are coming from a non-farm background can find it accessible and an entry into farming without a lot of land or a lot of capital investment. And it can be applied in a lot of different settings, including suburban and urban. We sell at a CSA, small CSA, farmers market, and once a week Shelburne farmers market, and wholesale. So in this program we would focus on techniques and methods and planning around small-scale farming, intensive farming, mostly done by hand labor. We don't run a tractor. We have a rototiller that we use periodically, but most of the work is done by hand, and those are the tools and techniques that we would focus on. This just gives you a sense of the scale that we're working on. This field that we have tilled here, most of it's in cover crop at this point, is about a half an acre. And this is our north field, and then we have another field in the south that's equal size. And all this land that we operated on is leased through an arrangement with a residential homeowners association. The approaches that we try to do is minimize the inputs that go into the whole operation. We do buy compost locally and then potting soil for startup, and some fertilizers, but we try to manage that more on site. We've done pigs, we're still figuring out what to do with wool and sheep, and all those side enterprises we can discuss depending on students' interests, but the primary thing, given the amount of time that we have, will be the intensive veggies, herbs, flowers.
Right, so one of the things we'll talk about when the students are at this farm is animal power and the benefits and trade-offs using tractor versus using horses. The students will get some hands-on activities. We'll teach them how to drive real shortly, and we'll show them that we use these horses for plowing, disking our fields. In the wintertime we can use them. We have a blade for scraping snow, we clear snow, we just get firewood with them. So students will just get an idea of a different approach. And we like the horses because they fit into the vegetable production because they give us a wheelbarrow full of manure every day, and that's pretty much one of the things our soil fertility is based on. Plus I just like being around them, except for this one. The carriage barn there with the cupola on top and the weather vane is where the students will stay. We're interested in perennial fruits here also. These are black currants, and we're actually probably one of the largest black currant growers in the state with this little quarter-acre plot. So we wholesale them to the local winery mostly, and then we do some value-added stuff with them ourselves. We make jam, we dry black currants, they have good medicinal value, and we like to eat them raw. We make syrups for ice cream and stuff like that too. So when we grow blueberries, we have raspberries. You saw my little apple orchard up there. These are plums and cherries up by the house over there. So they fit in nicely for us, but this is a large cash crop for us.
Yeah, well, when I got back from the Peace Corps 15 years ago, I actually thought it was going to be a great business, you know, which is I think for the first 13 years of my career I questioned that, but it's a lot of things are happening, you know, the last 2 years. Just certainly the interest in local consumption has gone off the charts, and just a lot of things are changing, and I look at it as I got 25 more years, and what's going to happen in the next 25 more years. I think we're positioning ourselves really well to be at the forefront of a food revolution. So.
These guys are Duroc Yorkshire. They're living outdoors, which is like, you know, it's amazing. We've actually really recently, we started raising meat and proteins for our family like a couple of years ago because we were concerned about what we were eating. And it's become very quickly a big part of our operation. And for the first 12 years of us farming, we were all about vegetables and dirt farming and traditional wholesale vegetable production. And more recently, we've gotten into like a more pasture-raised, grass-based system. You know, size and scale is a really funny thing. Maybe in Vermont we're fairly large-scaled, There's certainly operations that are a lot bigger than ours, but maybe like medium large. But I was out in California last year, and we're a peanut, you know. You know, food's obviously a massive, huge business, and we're just within this regional economy trying to run the best business we can.